Good day to you. So we are in the book of Matthew. We're in chapter 10, and we have read down to verse 20 through 25, and we're going to read verses 26 through 33. So have no fear of them. Jesus is giving, let me just bring this back into context. Jesus is still giving the disciples instructions for them going out and on their mission, on them going out to the lost of Israel and trying to save the lost of Israel. They're to go out to the different towns and preach and heal and cast out demons in Jesus' name. And so he's given them instructions, and he's just talked to them about how they will be persecuted by the Jews, and in the future. Some of it's prophetic and looking toward the future of when they will be out among other nations doing the same thing. But he's talking about how they will be persecuted and maligned, and then he comes to this, which is again verse 26 down through 33. So have no fear of them, for nothing is covered that will not be revealed, or hidden that will not be known. What I tell you in the dark, say in the light, and what you hear whispered, proclaim on the housetops. And do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather fear him who can destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? And not one of them will fall to the ground apart from your Father. But even the hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear not, therefore, you are of more value than many sparrows. So everyone who acknowledges me before men, I also will acknowledge before my Father who is in heaven. But whoever denies me before men, I also will deny before my Father who is in heaven. So basically here he's telling them not to be afraid of the people that will persecute them, and to not be afraid of folks who could actually kill you. They can harm you or kill you, but they're not able to kill your spirit, your eternal soul. You will live on. They can't destroy that. And this body here, everything here in this life, in this earth, is temporary. It's all transitory. So, and also at the beginning here, he talks about nothing is covered that will not be revealed, or hidden that will not be known. What I tell you in the dark, say in the light, and what you hear whispered, proclaim on the housetops. So, this, no matter what, let's see if I can say this correctly. So, talking here about secret whisperings and secret, little things like that's part of the maligning of that he had referred to previously. He says to, keep everything out in the open, keep everything public, and, don't be afraid. And this is not a secret mission. It's not like you're a secret agent. It's like, there's nothing covered that will not be revealed, meaning all this will be revealed. What's really going on here will be revealed, and to keep it out in the public and proclaim it. I'm trying to think of the right way to say this, because the ones who are persecuting, they are also whispering and gossiping and saying bad things, and they were already accusing Jesus of casting out demons through the power of demons, and but he's saying all of this will come out, all this will be known, everything will be revealed, and not to fear those who could kill you for this message, and then he talks about how important they are, and how important we as Christians are to God. We are far more important. We are of more value than many sparrows, which sounds kind of funny nowadays, but still, being afraid of men and afraid of others and afraid of what might happen because we follow Jesus. You don't want to fall away for something like that. That's not, it's not important how we are treated here anyway, relative to getting to heaven and saving our eternal soul. And that's the important part. And Jesus is saying, who acknowledges me before men, I will also acknowledge before my Father who is in heaven. So Jesus stands there as a mediator for us, and if we acknowledge him, then he will acknowledge us. And his acknowledgement to God, that's what we need. We need him as our mediator to stand between us and God, to get the forgiveness that we need, and to continue, not just in this life, but to continue on eternally in heaven. So, all right. So that's that part of his instructions. Now, I'm going to read down. Let's read verses 34 down through 39. Do not think that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I have not come to bring peace but a sword. For I have come to set a man against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a person's enemies will be those of his own household. Whoever loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and whoever loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me, and whoever does not take his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. So, unfortunately, let me scroll this down here. Unfortunately, this is a very true thing. This happens in a lot of people's lives. It's happened in our own lives for us. Your enemies become those of your own household because you believe in Jesus, because you believe in God, because you follow the Christian way, and you try to do the right things. Sometimes some people will hold that against you, and your own family, your own, it could be anything. It could be cousins, mothers, fathers, children. It happens. Unfortunately, it's true, but we can't let those things pull us away. As much as you love your family and love your parents and your children and maybe your cousins and everyone else, you can't let them dictate to you that you're not going to follow Jesus or believe in God and follow God just because they don't. And even if they choose to make it a very, a very difficult thing, or they take a kind of a belligerent stance to you, I mean, that's still, there's really not anything you can do about that, except just love them and continue in your walk with Jesus and with God. That will prove to them better than arguing and fussing and fighting with them. Sure, talk to them if they're open to talking and everything, but these things are going to happen, and Jesus knew that was going to happen. So he does give us his peace, but he, like he says here, he did not come to bring peace to the earth, but rather a sword, and that sword being really the word of God. But it's divisive at times, and I've heard people who say that, religion separates families or splits up families, but when it comes to this message, when it comes to Jesus and God, you're going to have the enmity of some people. There's nothing you can do about it, and some of them are going to be of your family, but you can't just walk away to make them happy. How is that? That doesn't even make sense, because then you're just going to drag more people down with you, And you don't want that. You want to save yourself. You want to save your family. The best way you can do that is to continue to follow Jesus and God and keep that up, and not let them drag you away, even though it's hurtful and it's sad at times. And Jesus says, whoever loves others more than me is not worthy of me. Well, that's basically what he's talking about, is you can't let, even though you still love them and you care about them, you can't let that pull you away from what you know is right and what you should be doing. Whoever finds his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. We're all changing our lives and going through. We do give up a lot of things in our life for our new life when we're baptized, when we change. And whoever does not take his cross and follow me, we have our own cross to bear, as the saying goes. We have our own things that we deal with and we manage, but a big part of our cross is just following, making the right example, and doing the right things, even though others around us do not think that those things are right. Even they think whatever the world says is right. So that happens. All right. So I'm gonna go. We're gonna go through the last verses here, verses 40 through. Is it 42 that we end on? Yes. Okay. Whoever receives you receives me, and whoever receives me receives him who sent me. The one who receives a prophet because he is a prophet will receive a prophet's reward, and the one who receives a righteous person because he is a righteous person will receive a righteous person's reward. And whoever gives one of these little ones even a cup of cold water because he is a disciple, truly I say to you that he will by no means lose his reward. And this goes back to what we were talking about earlier, and saying that, we should receive, evangelists, preachers, teachers. We should receive them well. We should treat them well and be a part. This kind of goes back to being in. You got to remember, their times were different, but in our own way today, we can be a part of of various people's ministries. Perhaps through a donation, perhaps through helping out with something. And we can be a part, and that gives us a chance to, we will also be rewarded as if, because we were contributing to that mission to save souls. We go to our church, and some people are baptized and saved into Christianity. And that's also, even though we're just a part of the church and we just contribute, or maybe we just help in small ways, we still receive credit for that and rewards for that, which is wonderful. God is very generous and merciful to do that and include us. We may be indirectly helping instead of directly helping, but still we're a part of the plan and a part of the mission. So it's good to remember that. And thank you for listening. If you have any questions or any insight into any of this, if I missed something that would be important to bring out, please let me know. And I want to thank you for your time, and God bless you.